Hello, welcome to day 5 of the reading rush. It's Friday, it's about 7 o'clock. Admittedly, I've been home for a little bit. I had to run a couple errands right after work, so I'm just now getting started on the vlog, but I have so much to talk to you about. I finished a book today. I also DNF'd a book today, and I went to Target, so I thought I'd do a little Target haul, and I don't know, I just have stuff to talk about. So we're gonna talk, and then we're gonna vlog, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great night. So first of all, like I said, I finished a book today. I think yesterday in my vlog, I talked about how I had to cover the reception desk for the entire afternoon today, and I was hoping to finish Edenbrook by Julian Donaldson. Well, I didn't. I actually finished The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the book I was using to fulfill the challenge of reading a book that inspired an adaptation that you've already seen. I've already seen The Witcher. Obviously, I've talked about it so much. I loved it. I loved it so much. And today I finished the book. I was planning on just reading like a story a day because there's like 6, kind of 7 stories in this. But today I just wanted to listen to it. I was listening to it before I went up to the reception desk, and then when I got up there, I was like, I'm just gonna keep listening. And then I ended up finishing the entirety of this book on audio. I listened to all of it on audio, except for I think I physically read one story. And I really liked it. So I feel like I've talked about The Witcher so much that I don't really need to go into it, but this was really good. There are, like I said, 6 stories in here, and all but one of them are like adapted for the show. So every single story in here you see in the show in like an episode form, except for one. There's one story in here that I don't think it gets its own dedicated episode. I can't really remember. I think they maybe just refer to the event that happened. I don't think you actually see the events of the story play out, but every other story that's in here has its own episode, and it's such a good adaptation. Like, now having read the book and having previously seen the show, like, I could so clearly picture everything that was happening in my brain, and it was basically like getting to watch the show all over again, except for in book form, which is a weird thing to say, but it was great. I really liked it. One thing I didn't really realize until I got to the end of this book is that the show actually takes some like inspiration from the second collection of short stories as well. There are 2 collections of short stories at the beginning of the Witcher series, and the first season is based on both collections. I didn't realize that. I thought it was only this one, but as I was like getting further in the book and there were still characters, like main characters from the show that we hadn't been introduced to, I realized that actually the show takes some material from the second book as well. So now I'm very eager to pick up the second book, which I believe is called The Sword of Destiny. Is that right? Is that what the second one is? And it's also short stories, which I'm excited about. I really like this format. I know after that it goes to like full-length novels, and now having like read this first book, I'm so excited to like learn more about this world and see this world open up, and I think I'm really gonna enjoy the series as a whole. I really loved this book. My 2 favorite stories in here were the third story, which is called The Lesser Evil, and the last story, which is called The Last Wish, which is the title of the book. The third story, The Lesser Evil, is actually the episode 1 of the TV show, and there's like a fight scene in that episode that I saw on Twitter before I started watching the show, and it was what made me want to watch the show. And so like getting to read that was really exciting. I really liked it, and now I just want to go watch the show again. I honestly have to like restrain myself and wait until after the readathon before I get into The Witcher again. But I really liked this, and I'm glad I read it. Ticked off another challenge. I wasn't anticipating finishing this one in the middle of the week. I was planning on finishing it like on Sunday, but it's already done, so that's great. Now I've finished 4 things for the readathon. And moving on to the next thing I'm going to talk about, I have decided that I'm going to be DNFing Edenbrook. I don't know if it's like a forever DNF. It kind of feels like it probably is, but I'm just not really enjoying it. I tried to read a little bit more of it today when I first got to the reception desk, and then when I just wasn't feeling it. So that's when I went back to the audiobook for The Last Wish, and I just don't think I'm interested in reading it. I like the idea of the story, but the execution I'm just not loving. It's just not capturing my attention like I wanted it to. So I'm going to be DNFing that, which means I have to switch up my TBR a little bit, and I have the perfect solution, and I'm not sure if it's going to come as a surprise to you at all, but this morning I was driving to work and I got an email from my library saying that the audiobook for the Governess game by Tessa Dare, which is the second book in the Girl Meets Duke series, became available. I wasn't anticipating it becoming available during the readathon. I put it on hold and the library said it would be about 2 weeks, and then like I said, I got the email this morning that it was available, and so I checked it out, and I think I'm just gonna do a little switcheroo, and I'm gonna make the Duchess deal the book to read for a cover that matches my birthstone, because there is like some lighter blue on that cover, and then we'll make the Governess Game the book to read in a genre that I want to read more of. I mean, at this point it really doesn't matter like exactly how the challenges break down, because I feel like I'm gonna be able to finish all of them no matter what. I'm really excited about reading the Governess Game now. I'm so excited about reading it because I loved the Duchess deal so much. Now I get to read the second book, which I'm really excited about. So I'm probably gonna start that tonight and just put Edenbrook away. I'm sad because I know how much people seem to love it, but I'm kind of bored by it, and I'd much rather be reading Tessa Dare, which I realize now that I love. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm okay with it. Let's switch up the angle. Now, with all the reading updates out of the way, let's do a Target haul. I went into Target for one thing and spent $100. So let's talk about all the stuff I bought. First off, the one thing that I went in for, tampons. I've been emotional this week. Can you guess why? I also got, in a practical sense, I got Cole and I some new toothbrushes because we need some new toothbrushes. Try to get new toothbrushes for us fairly frequently. And I also got some dry shampoo. This is the Batiste brand, which I've never used. I've been using the Dove brand for a long time, and I'm just not loving it anymore. I just don't think it does what it needs to for my hair anymore, and it's probably because my hair has gotten so long and it gets greasy so easily. So I'm gonna try this, and I hope I like it. People seem to like this brand, so. Oh, and they have like a million different kinds, but I got the Clean and Light Bear. I don't even know if it has a scent. Anyway, I'm excited to use that. Got Cole some underwear because he needed some. That's not exciting for you at all. I also got some scrunchies because this is like a 10-pack and it was only $6, and I wanted to get them, so I got them. I also got 2 tank tops. They had their tank tops for like $7 a piece if you bought 2. So I got this gray one, and I got this like red and blue striped one. They were $7. I really like tank tops, but I don't have enough that I can just lounge in, so got some of those, and I'm happy about them. Let's not put them there. Also, I got a new yearly calendar. Can't really see because it's so freaking bright, but I use a calendar like this to kind of like map out my video plan month to month, and I actually bought one a while back, like a month ago. I bought one because mine, I always get like July to June, and so I got a new one from Target at the beginning of July, and then when I sat down to do it, like to make my plan for the month, I realized that I'd actually accidentally bought a 2019 one, so it was July 2019 to June 2020, which doesn't make sense why they still had those there, and also it doesn't make sense why I didn't realize that before I bought it. So I felt like an idiot, and then I finally went back to Target today and got that. So, and then like I said, I have an art project. I had a different project in mind for this evening. We just got a new hutch for our kitchen, like our dining area, and I really love it. It's so great. It was exactly what I was wanting for the space, but it's not the right color. So I was gonna get some paint to paint it this weekend, to paint it tonight, so that I could actually like work on putting stuff in it, but they did not have the paint that I wanted at Home Depot. I was pretty sure they did because it said they did online, but when I got there, they were out of stock. So I'm gonna have to order that, and so I can't paint my hutch this weekend, which I'm sad about, but it's okay. I decided I'm gonna do a different art project. I'm gonna start on it tonight. And so I got a Jenga game. My friends and I, we like to play drunk Jenga a lot, and we've had the set that we've been playing with for a long time, and I felt like it was time for a new set, new decorations, new challenges. So I got this at Target, and I'm gonna paint it tonight and this weekend, over the course of the weekend, and I'm gonna make a whole new drunk Jenga set. So to do that, I also got some paint markers and some glitter glue, because you can't do it without glitter, right? And I already have a bunch of paint, and so that's my plan for tonight, is I'm going to go listen to the Governess Game, and I'm gonna start painting our new drunk Jenga set, and I'm gonna have a blast doing it. So I'm gonna go now. I've talked for way too long, and I need to actually get started on some of these projects that I've been talking about. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay, so I had some really grand plans for the evening, and then my camera battery died, and while I was waiting for it to charge, I decided just to listen to as much of the governess game as I possibly could, and right as the clock hit midnight, I actually ended up finishing it. So I read the entirety of the governess game by Tessa Dare, and I loved it so much. Oh my god, I think I loved it even more than the Duchess deal, because one of my favorite tropes is surly, broody men becoming dads, and that's what this book is. It's so great. So this book is about one of the side characters from the first book, Alexandra. Her dream is to be an astronomer, and through a series of unfortunate circumstances finds herself in need of a job. And so she goes to chase Renaud, the Duke of something or another, and he gives her a job as his governess. He has just taken over the care of 2 young girls, and she becomes their governess, and through the course of the story they become a little family, and I loved it so much. Oh man, I loved it so much. Chase has a bit of a reputation for being a rake. He's a ladies' man, and just watching him like completely like change, not change like who he is, but just come to accept himself and come to accept like that he's worthy of love from these girls and from Alex. Oh, I just loved it so much. It was so good. I'm so glad that I got into the series. I'm so glad that I am reading it right now, because it's just making me feel so good. I'm so excited to read The Wallflower Wager next. Not like next, but at some point soon I'm going to read it. And then the 4th book comes out in February next year, and so I feel like I started reading the series at just the perfect time, and I can already tell you it's a series I'm going to revisit over and over, because I just get so much joy out of the reading experience. So that's great. I'm so happy for that, and I'm just happy I finished another book. So I'm technically back on track now. I finished 5 books in 5 days. I only have 2 books left on my TBR, and I'm really excited for the next 2 days, because it's the weekend and I can get so much reading done, and I'm so excited. I'm just feeling so good, because I read a whole book today. I read basically 2 whole books today, and I liked both of them a lot. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Anyway, it's like after midnight now, and I need to edit this vlog completely. I need to edit the entire vlog. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go to bed at some point. I hope the reading rush is going well for you. We're in the home stretch. We've just got a couple days left, so just keep on reading, push through, and I hope that you finish strong. I hope I finish strong. I hope we all finish strong. And yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye!